Hello friends, I welcome you all for the next lecture of the subject Infrastructure Engineering and Construction Techniques. In last lecture, we have gone through the important concept, that is public-private partnership, which is also known as PPP. In this lecture, we will have a focus on smart city and bus rapid transit system. This bus rapid transit system is popularly known as BRTS. So we will start with smart city. So the photo shows the smart city. The various elements of smart city is as shown in a picture. There is no universally accepted definition of smart city. It means different things to different people. The conceptualization of smart city therefore varies from city to city and country to country. The objectives of constructing a smart cities are to promote cities that provide core infrastructure and give decent quality of life to its citizens, a clean and sustainable environment, and application of smart solutions. So in upcoming lectures, we will see what is smart solutions. The next objective of smart city is focus on sustainable development and inclusive development. The idea is to look at compact areas, create a replicable model which will act like lighthouse to other aspiring cities. These are the objectives of smart city. If we see the infrastructure elements in a smart city, this photo or picture shows the various elements that are included in a smart city. So it may be smart energy, it may be smart building, it may be smart mobility, it may be smart infrastructure, or it may be smart technology, healthcare, citizens, etc. etc. So the infrastructure elements include adequate water supply, assured electricity supply, sanitation, which includes solid waste management. It also includes efficient urban mobility and public transport. It includes affordable housing, especially for the poor one. It also includes good governance, that is e-organization, especially e-governance and citizen participation. It also includes robust connectivity for digitization, sustainable development, health and education, safety and security of citizens, particularly women, children and elderly one. So this photo also shows the various elements of a smart city. Coming to the features of smart city, there are 7 to 8 features of smart city. So it includes promoting mixed land use in area based development. It includes housing and inclusiveness. It includes creating walkable localities and also preserving and developing open spaces. Next is promoting a variety of transport options. It also includes making governance citizen friendly and cost effective. It helps for giving an identity to the city. And one more important feature is applying smart solutions to infrastructure and services in area. So we will just go through all these features one by one. So first one is the planning for unplanned areas in order to make land use more efficient. So wherever there is a unplanned areas, the civil engineer will plan for those unplanned areas, and they may make land use more efficient by using this concept of smart city. The second important feature is housing. So expand housing opportunities to all. The third feature is creating walkable localities. So the road network is created not only for vehicles and public transport but also for pedestrians and cyclists. So a provision of pedestrians and cyclists is made along with the road network for the citizens. Next important feature is the preserving and developing open spaces. So it includes park, playgrounds and recreational spaces in order to enhance the quality of life of citizen. At the same time, it reduces the urban heat effects in areas and promote eco balance. Next important feature is promoting a variety of transport options. So under this, intelligent traffic management is there, smart parking is provided, and integrated multimodal transport facilities are provided for the citizens. Next important feature is making governance citizen friendly and cost effective. So under this feature, there is a provision of online portals and phone based apps. Government services can be provided to the citizens electronically from the comfort of their homes and phones. Electronic governance or e-governance is the application of information and communication technology, that is ICT, for delivering government services, exchange of information, communication transactions, etc. And the last important feature is applying smart solutions to infrastructure and services in area based development in order to make them better. So under this, the example may be making areas less vulnerable to disasters, that is there should be a provision of for example, making areas less vulnerable to disasters using few resources and providing cheaper services to the citizens. So these are the various features of the smart city. Next important concept is the bus rapid transit system. So this bus rapid transit system is popularly known as BRTS. So here we can see this is a station for the BRTS. This is a station and these are the bus. So we can define BRTS as a high quality public transport system which is oriented to the users, that offers fast, comfortable and low cost urban mobility. So the question arises, why we have to go for the bus rapid transit system? There are certain problems with conventional type of bus system. For example, conventional type of bus system are slow, are unreliable. These bus systems not always frequent. It takes the long way around. The conventional type of bus systems are uncomfortable and technologically backward, and there is no universal design for the conventional type of bus system. So, to overcome all these problems or limitations of conventional type of bus system, there is a need of BRTS. If we see the benefits of metro system, metro systems are very fast, are regular and frequent. Metro systems travels long distance at less time. Metro systems are more comfortable as compared to conventional type of bus system. High technology is used along with universal design and very high capacity. So because of which it is required to go for the bus rapid transit system. So bus rapid transit system includes dedicated lanes. It also includes prepared stations. It includes buses with multiple doors. It is a high capacity and low emission. Differentiated services are provided on express and local ways. There is coordination with operators of buses of lower capacity. Fare integration and use of its centralized control. The benefits of BRTS are categorized into two types: short-term benefits and long-term benefits. Short-term benefits include efficient, reliable, and frequent services. The BRTS offers affordable fares. It is a safe and secure public transport system. A universal design is used for BRTS. Due to BRTS, there is decrease in road congestion. It also decreases energy consumption and vehicle emissions, and there is an enhanced urban environment due to BRTS. The long-term benefits includes economic development in and around the areas of BRTS operations. There is reduction in pollution, at the same time reduction of harmful pollutants and greenhouse gases. So this is about the bus rapid transit system. With this we will stop here, and in next lecture we will start with unit number 2. Thank you.